So I'm sitting here listening to the afternoon drive with Nick Wilson and Jonathan Peterlin. And it comes a point where the disrespect has to be thrown out the window. And the reason why I say the disrespect has to be thrown out the window is because listening to what some of these guys have to say about Shedeur Sanders and the family is now downright disrespect. And to disrespect Shedeur Sanders and the family the way that you did, that gets you an interview with this Cleveland media. So guys that didn't pay attention, 3-time NFL champion Mark Schlereth, drafted to the Washington Redskins in '89, went on the afternoon drive with Nick Wilson and Jonathan Peterlin, and he had some things to say about Shedeur Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, and all the Shedeur Sanders supporters. You are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sapp. Well, today, man, we got to talk about what Mark Schlereth said, how he disrespected Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh Sanders and took a shot at all the Shedeur Sanders supporters. And we're going to talk about it right after this.
Let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. Nah, it's my bro K-Sapp. Chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your cockpits. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic. Man, I got something to say.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say. And I can't believe what I'm hearing and all the disrespect that people are throwing out there toward Shedeur Sanders. Now, it's been a big issue, and it's been well documented, well talked about in the media about the quarterback competition that's going on in Cleveland at the start of OTAs. You got 3 quarterbacks in the room. You got Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, and also you got your 4th quarterback that's probably going to be a practice squad guy that they drafted in the draft in Tellen Green. And now Todd Monken has stated that this is an open quarterback competition and we have to let things play out. But there's a lot of narratives out there about Deshaun Watson going to be named the QB1 starter, and a lot of people's opinions coming from the Cleveland media, Mary Kay, Tony Grossi, a lot of NFL execs are now on that train as well. So it's well documented and well talked about. So now you have former 3-time NFL champion Mark Schlereth join the afternoon drive with Nick Wilson and Jonathan Peterlin. And he said some things that are on the disrespectful side towards Shedeur Sanders. And I think he believes some of the narratives that was pushed out there about Shedeur Sanders headed into the draft last year. And also he's stating that he's talked to a lot of coaches around the league on Shedeur Sanders and things like that. So now he's pushing a different narrative. But he said some interesting things when he was a guest on the show. And I want you guys to listen to the disrespect that he had towards Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh Sanders because of what Shiloh Sanders had to say about Mary Kay Cabot when Mary Kay Cabot broke her news, stated that sources are telling her that Deshaun Watson will be quarterback 1. So let's take a listen to what Mark Schlereth had to say.
And I'm not sure if you've caught up with the Sanders family discourse here, but a week ago, Mary Kay Cabot, very beloved reporter, very respected reporter in town, reported that Deshaun Watson came out of the first phase of minicamps ahead of Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur's brother, Shiloh, then responded on Instagram that go make him a sandwich. He has then doubled and tripled down on this. I'm just curious if you caught up with the Sanders family discourse and any thoughts you might have on it.
I saw it. And frankly, Shedeur Sanders, based on the coaches I talked to, I did several Cleveland games last year, the coaches on the staff, they have no reason to lie to me. There was a lot of work to be done. And on film, and you study him, there was a lot of work left to do. So it doesn't surprise me that Watson's ahead of the game. He's a young player. And so that doesn't surprise me at all. Also doesn't surprise me that the Sanders family had something to say about it. I mean, they are very vocal when it comes to their support of Shedeur, and I think Shedeur has got some, growing up to do, like we all did as young players. And I think he's, got some maturing to do, not only as a person, as we all do, but as a football player. And there was aspects of his game based on the coaches that I talked to, and I talked to a bunch of them, that needed to develop, that needed to be better. So, I can understand where Watson is better. And Shiloh, those comments are, apparently he needs to grow up a little bit too. So this is not about favorites, and this is not about self-anointing, and this is not about I am him and all the, legendary baloney that came out during the draft and everything else. You got drafted in the 5th round for a reason. Is because, your skill set or your interview process or whatever the case may be was not what NFL scouts and NFL management thought it should be. And that's why you got drafted there. There wasn't a conspiracy, and Kevin Stefanski didn't say, "Oh, Shedeur's in. Let's give him the crappy plays quick." Like, we didn't change the game plan. We didn't we didn't try to sabotage you. Like the Shedeur stands out there, the sycophants they're so stupid, and it's so ridiculous. Like the organization, a coach wants to be fired, so he's going to sabotage his young quarterback. Give me a break. You guys cannot be this stupid.
You heard what he had to say, man, and that is downright disrespectful on what he was saying. Talking about the Shedeurians, the stands, that they're stupid. You're talking about Shedeur Sanders needs to grow up, has a lot of growing up to do. You also stated that Shedeur Sanders has a lot of growing up to do with this two legendary bullshit. That is disrespectful. You're continuing with the narratives that was pushed out there about his interview process, classroom things, and you're continuing with that. And then also you went on record to say that you have talked to coaches on the staff, and this is what these coaches are telling you, and you said they have no reason to lie to you. And you said you talked to a lot of coaches around the league. Well, as a rookie coming in, all rookies need development. But it seems like when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, a lot of people just go above and beyond to insult this young man's intelligence. All the reports that we saw about him handling interviews and stuff, we saw none of that when he graced the podium. We saw the maturity of a young man that his dad calls him grown, handle the media very well. And a lot of people was impressed with how he handled the media. But you're continuing on with this narrative that he's immature. I don't see a sense that Shedeur Sanders has did anything immature when he has stepped to the podium to do these interviews or anything like that. And it's disrespectful to call people out and be saying that fans are stupid. And it's like you're protecting Kevin Stefanski. So what is the reason why Kevin Stefanski got fired, Mark Schlereth? What is the reason why he got fired? He didn't win. And also, I think it was the situation surrounding around Shedeur Sanders that eventually got him let go. And you saying that Deshaun Watson needs a clean slate. Now it seems like everybody is on this Deshaun Watson train. Deshaun Watson this, Deshaun Watson that. Y'all do anything to put Shedeur Sanders down. He is the most talked about quarterback in the NFL right now. With everything that's going on with these other teams and these other quarterbacks, I don't hear y'all saying a word about their immaturity. They need to grow up. They don't have it. They can't play the NFL pro game. But it seems like when it comes to Shedeur, this is all this is about. That's your opinion, and you're going to stand with it. But this notion of anybody but Shedeur has to stop. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.